You know, this corporate value up program led to some exciting market moves in sectors like banks and autos in recent months. But this is not exactly the first attempt in South Korea. I mean, we did see similar moves back in 2014, 2017 under different names and, of course, different governments. But do you think that this time around, again, it will just lead to short-lived market rallies and then we just leave it there?
Our fear is that it will. You know, the banks are an exception because they are the few companies that do not have controlling shareholders. So I think that there will be a legitimate improvement in governance and a long-term improvement in shareholder return policies because they are run by professional managers. In the case of controlled companies, I think the controlling shareholders will decide that it's not in their interests for them to be particularly cooperative with this value up program. One of the key components of the value up program is to include your stock as part of a benchmark of well-governed companies, with the intention being that the share price rises. But if you're a controlling shareholder who doesn't want your share price to rise, why would you want to be part of that benchmark? So I think it's going to be problematic unless you have regulatory force, which is what we've been pushing for from the beginning.
So unless we see this compelling, I should say compulsory nature of the value up program being announced this Thursday, you're not so optimistic. It's really the voluntary nature of what was announced in February that you have a problem with.
Correct. The controlling shareholders don't mind voluntary measures, of course, and they don't mind compulsory measures that aren't going to make a difference. So they wouldn't mind compulsory measures to, for example, ease foreign registration requirements or introduce a new exchange market. They would object to compulsory measures to introduce a fiduciary duty to shareholders or to require minority approval for related party transactions. Now, those are the key things that the government needs to do. So to the extent that it's voluntary or compulsory but irrelevant, it's not going to make a difference. It has to be compulsory and relevant.